Hey guys, JK here with part 7 of my tutorial series. This one will be covering what kinds of things you want to make in the forge, what kind of abilities you want to craft and things like that. So why don't we get started with the forge. Now, the golden rule for the forge is that you don't want to craft anything in here that you can just buy in stores, because gil is so much easier to get than ore and materials and things like that. Now, there are exceptions, of course. Maybe you are running low on gil, maybe you have tons of materials and you have nothing to do with it. In that case, then go ahead and craft things in here. Plus, you need to do it for the trophies anyway, but you want to be kind of smart about it. You don't want to waste everything on weapons and equipment that you don't need. You want to be selective. So now, the things that you really do want to make in the forge, at least at this point in the game, in global, obviously are things you can't buy, and equipment that is good, and improvements over the things in the shop. So the first thing that comes to mind is the rune staff. This is an excellent staff for your white mages. It gives decent attack, a little bit of magic, but it gives 38 spirit, which is really good. Now, for those of you who don't know what that stat means, spirit is, not only is it magic resistance, which is, going to help you survive, but it also determines how much you can heal and how much damage you put out with spells like banish or something like that. So it's definitely an important stat for white mages and healers. So that's one that I highly recommend. Wizard staff right above it is just the lesser version of rune staff. So I mean, if that's all you got, maybe it's worth it, but I would hold off and make the rune staff instead. Altair is a no, don't even bother with that. Let's see here. Sage's robe is actually really good. Gives you good defense, gives you good magic and spirit. The problem with this is that you do get one for free, I think, in the Colosseum. And it depends on how many mages and stuff you want to use in your party. If you need another one, then go ahead and make it. But yeah, I don't think I need another one. I think I have my healer, either Fino or Rosilia, wearing the Sage's robe. And if I bring Kefka, I probably have a black robe or something like that on him. I can check that in a second. Don't bother with these elemental rings. I know it sounds like it'd be good to have a collection of these, but it only gives you 2 defense, and the resistance that it gives is only 5%, which is really not worth the slot, honestly. There are stronger versions of these rings that you can't make in the forge right now. I just wouldn't bother. It's not worth it. Protect ring is okay if you want to make 8 defense. I think it activates protect on your character when he's down to 10% health, which in my opinion is kind of pointless, because you're either gonna heal up before you're just whittled down like that, or you're gonna be killed. It's very unlikely you'll fall right under 10%. Cat spell, this is the first recipe I think that you get from the trophies. It's pretty good for your mages. It's only 1 defense, it's only pretty negligible, but the 20 MP is nice, and I believe that as you walk around, you heal if your mage is wearing the cat spell. Muscle belt is actually pretty good for your tank characters. Let's say you have a paladin Cecil and he's taking damage for some of your other members. You want to have more HP and defense, obviously. Not an awesome accessory in my opinion. Maybe if you stack 2 of them, but because I don't really use tanks in my party, I haven't found it too useful. Mage's hat is pretty good. It's 8 defense, which is okay, I guess, and it has 10 magic. It's kind of like the black magic version of, I forgot what the hat is called that you can buy in the shops. It's like Celebrance something. Yeah, Celebrance Miter, which you can buy, which is 10 spirit, 10 defense. This one has 8, the mage's hat has 8 defense and 10 magic, so it's better if you want to do black magic spells. Now, some of the things that I don't have as far as recipes, why am I going back in there? Is the black belt ghee, which I'm actually working on the quest right now. I got this from the town of Cole, kind of like in a hidden area, hidden house. That one is going to be pretty good for Cloud of Darkness because she can't really equip armors and things like that. She has ninja gear right now, and Black Belky is the improved version of that. If you're not using Cloud of Darkness and you have a bunch of characters that can equip good armor, then you probably won't need it. I mean, you have Force Armor, Brigandine, there's Mithril armor here, and so forth. So, if you do have Cloud of Darkness, Black Belky will be very useful for you. And the one that everybody goes for is one that I'm one trophy away from. I'm probably going to make a bunch of potions tomorrow just to get up to 100 here and get the last trophy I need. But the recipe is for Hero's Ring. Hero's Ring gives you like 10% to attack, defense, magic, spirit, I believe. It's a really good ring, obviously, and it takes a good amount of mega crystals to craft it, but it's definitely something worth going for. Get as many of those as you can. I also failed to mention the Hyper Wrist. This is obviously one that's important. I made a video on it, but 10 attack, not as good as Hero's Ring, but it's a lot easier to make. Iron ore and things like that, you can get that from exploring. So that pretty much covers the forge as far as I know. If I missed anything, please leave it in the comments. Abilities, I've been stocking up on a lot of these defense plus 10% because it's just a nice way to fill out the ability slots for your heroes. You have these like empty spots, you might as well use them. Cloud of Darkness can't equip it, but it's very useful. 10% defense. I'm sure there's other stuff like that. I haven't looked it up yet. Another thing that you want to get. Okay, I need to get rid of this because I can't even get in there. Other things that you want to get are Libra can be useful if you just want to have like one of your characters to analyze bosses and things like that, and you don't want to bring a specific character that has it already. Status effect type things, Blind Nut, Poison Nut, these can be useful. Cura can be useful. Paralina, that's fine. You don't want to get any of these like Fire Blizzard. You're never going to use them. Blizzara, Aurora, Biora. I guess sometimes you might want to use them, but toward the end of the game, you definitely want to be sticking with Aga spells anyway. Avoid these, the kind of first level bar water, bar stone, because these only work on one ally. You don't want to waste a turn just raising the resistance for one ally at a time. You want to hold off for these better ones like Barfira, Barthandara, Stonra. These are for the whole party, so these can be very useful. I already talked about defense plus 10%. Blizzard Blade, that's fine. Stone Blade's fine. I wish there was a Fire Blade here. Maybe I just don't have the recipe, but that would have been very useful on Firion against the Frost Dragon that I recently beat in Intermediate S5 Coliseum. But that pretty much covers it. And then as far as the items here, like I said, I'm just going to be making potions all day, trying to get up to that next trophy. But things that I craft often are high potions, not only for the healing, but because they're necessary to make ethers. Okay, that's nice of my mom. It's my birthday yesterday. And then Turbo Ether, which you get from the last boss in the Coliseum, currently, Intermediate S5. This is obviously going to be useful. You do need to have a lot of ethers to make that. So, you want to make high potions to make ethers, to make turbo ethers, and so forth. The rest of this stuff, I think Remedy. Yeah, Remedy is very good. Some of these other things are situational. Now the problem with tent, I guess this could be useful if you're in a really tough exploring area or something like that. Magic key, we don't have a lot of sources of scream root yet, so it's hard to craft, but maybe someday it'll be easier. The only thing about these items that's a little bit disappointing, I guess, is that you tend to not need them when you're fighting regular enemies in levels and stuff like that. When you really need them is when you're fighting. I mean, the toughest bosses are like Coliseum bosses or far plane bosses and things like that. And that's actually when, well, at least in the Coliseum, that's when they don't even allow you to use items anyway. To be honest, I don't think I'm not sure about these far plane or Vortex of Trial bosses. Maybe you can use items, but I'm not quite sure, to be honest. But it just seems like sometimes when you need them, you can't use them anyway. But they're good to keep crafting. You might as well. That's why sometimes you'll see in my friend request area here. No, not here. The gifts area. Sometimes I'll be requesting water crystals because that's what I need for high potions and things like that. But anyway, that's pretty much it for the forge abilities and synthesize. I'm sure I missed some things, so if you guys want to leave it in the comments just to help out, that'd be great. I don't ever pretend to be a complete expert on these things. I just share with you as I go and as I learn. So hopefully it's helpful to some of you guys. I'll have the hero ring recipe soon, which I'm excited about. And yeah, good luck with your crafting as well, and I'll see you guys later.